Next around the league, Brooklyn Nets fans. Kyrie Irving is not coming to save you. He will not be your Messiah. Or your, what's the other religions? What, is there other ones? There's other ones for, like, Judaism and Christianity, right? I don't know. Messiah is Christianity? I don't actually know. Or is that Islam? I think it's Judaism. It's Judaism, right? I don't know. Over in Brooklyn, apparently the Nets are world beaters again. Well, I mean, that's the case if you ask them. After a grand total of 3 games together this year, they've gone 2-1. They looked terrible against the Indiana Pacers. Didn't even cover the number. How dare them? They were down pretty much all the game until they came back. They just beat the Bulls by 26 as 2-point dogs in Chicago in the United Center. UC. Golf clap for them. Good for you. A team that everyone considered to be probably a 7 seed is now a 1 seed. Better than you in the standings. You beat them by 26. I appreciate you. Impressive win. Very, very impressive win. Haters would say that the Bulls weren't at full strength. They didn't have Caruso. They didn't have Patrick Williams, who hasn't really played there, and also Derrick Jones Jr., their new wing for their power forward who's been playing in the absence of Patrick Williams, went down in the early beginning of that game. People would say that they were not in balance. I would not say that. That would be a mean thing for me to say. I always, of course, as you know, listeners, I take the high road. I never get enough credit for taking the high road. So please give me some praise for that if you see me on the street. After the game, when they asked Harden about the chemistry between him, Katie, and Kai, Harden said, "We're just that good. We're just that good." Excuse me. Always that good? He said, "We just got to do it. Since I've been here, it's been crazy. A lot of ups and downs, honestly. From last year coming into this year, we haven't had any consistency for any reason. But we're not far at all. We're all killers. We attack. We're all killers. We're all unselfish. We just got to make the right play. It won't take long for us." Probably to win is the subtext. It won't take long for us to run through the rest of the league at all. We just got to be out here on the court, and we got to be there doing it. Harden's not wrong. Yes, you guys are all very good players, and when you're all together, things function properly. But, bruh, the 3 of y'all are not going to play consistent basketball together. And I've looked down that schedule. There's a lot of home games for the rest of the way. It's a stunning amount of home games when you think about all the times that Kyrie won't be playing. It's like, whoa, is it all home games down the stretch? And when it's just 2 of the 3 Musketeers, things look pretty pedestrian. You're not even at the top of the East. And unless Katie joins Chris Pratt as the Guardians of the Galaxy in the middle of the game, just leaves Earth, you're not beating even mediocre teams. You can't beat contending teams, and you barely beat mediocre teams. So Kyrie and KD played against the Portland Trailblazers without Dame, and you guys lost by a lot. So there were whispers, though, that the Messiah was coming for the home games. The Nets could just take a fine. 1,000 for the warning, 5,000 for the first time, second time, 10,000 for the third, and all the ensuing. And the NBA, shut that down. That's a lie, and that's a lie. Shams and Woj just reported there are only 2 ways that Kyrie can play at Barclays Center. Barclays Center. Either New York relaxes their restrictions for COVID, vaccinations for entertainers and for athletes. I guess they're all the same thing. Inside of arenas, or, pretty simply, Kyrie Irving gets vaccinated. They're pretty much the only 2 options that there are. Neither seem to be happening at the moment. And reporters asked Harden about this, and Harden, I swear to fucking God, said, "I will give that man the shot myself if I have to." He knows that he needs Kyrie there at home games. That's the way to go. I don't know how long it's going to be. But they're going to pressure his ass and pressure his ass and pressure his ass. And maybe then they're going to go on a road trip. And they're going to be, roommates with Kai in some random Ritz-Carlton. And then Harden's going to call up KD in the middle of the night. And he's going to say, "Hold this motherfucker down when I give him the shot." So he knows that that's really the only way that they can be really true contenders. So the Nets are going to continue to use Kai for road games. And yes, they're better with him for sure. Yeah. Will they get that chemistry if Kai does not get vaccinated. Not so sure about that one, Chief. We'll have to see. But I expect, like I said, the pressure will be mounting every time the Nets lose a home game.